Hi folks, I hope you're doing well today. My name is Bonnie and welcome to my Draw With Me series. This is a series where I showcase one of my recent speed paints while hanging out with all of you. Just think of this as a little snippet of what you may get during my Twitch streams. Currently, this series is monthly, so I use this as an update on what's going on with my channel and my social media content. And be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I will give you tips on how you can be successful as an adult student in school. So sit back and relax, grab some snacks, and do something with me, whether it's working, studying, or even drawing your own lovely creations. I have a few updates that happened this month. On YouTube, we reached 500 subscribers. I am so glad that you have been so supportive of my content. I am starting to post some community posts on my channel and accept submissions for original characters to draw for an upcoming video. You can submit them by going to my Discord and posting a picture under my Drop Your OCs Here channel. I would love to know more about your original characters and connect with all of you more. I also made my LGBT D&D character design video this month. If you haven't seen it, I have it as a link in my description, and I also have tagged it in a card up top. I have worked extremely hard on this video and I hope that I can get some more views on it. If you're wondering about a new tutorial video soon, I am currently researching for my line art tutorial. This should give you insight on how I do line art for all of my art pieces. Let me know what type of tutorials or topics I should talk about in the comments. I am always taking suggestions. On Twitch, we have been playing the new Genshin Impact area of Sumeru and designing art. I am also excited to announce that my winner for my Big Fish on Campus competition is LittleAshBunny. I've renamed the Steal Your Heart competition to reflect my future branding if you're wondering. Thank you so much for being a huge supporter of the channel. You can see their art on my Twitch channel. Be sure to subscribe to them and give them all the love and support possible. If you want to take part in the competition, please watch my channel when I go live and interact on the channel. There are plenty of games that you can participate in to get more points, such as heists, stealing, and more. I also have been doing some minor changes to the competition soon, such as reprogramming with other names and points amounts, so please stay tuned. If you want to support my content, you can register to any of the tiers on Patreon or purchase from my shop. This month, I've made some emotes of Anya from Spy Family. They are ready to download on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. You can get them for free on my $30 graphics tier if you register by the end of this month, or just buy them from my graphics store today. Now I want to share what I'm working on in this video. I wanted to work on something from one of my favorite anime series at the moment, Spy Family. I love Loid and Yor Forger and the relationship in this show. The found family trope is one of my favorite tropes, so this show just makes me extremely happy. I started with a sketch and pose in Clip Studio Paint. I did this twice in order to get everything right in the drawing. It took me a few tries to get the hand right for the drawing, but once I got the line art done, I was happy with the pose. For my canvas, I was using an 11 by 17 inch with 300 DPI. I used some new brushes from Rossuri that I decided to test in this drawing. You can download them by going to their Gumroad in the link below and buying the $15 tier from one of their Patreon sets. I am using the G pen in this set too. This just makes me want to work on my own brushes to have available to download later for all of you in the future. When I do my line art, I use a vector layer while working. This makes my line art easier to erase. Once I was happy with my line art, I decided to throw down my base colors. I decided on this red background for the composition and had the idea that I'll be making glass shards in the background. I added glow to the shards with a vignette and a spotlight to the front and the background. Now it was time to start rendering the drawing out. I first started with the eyes to get those right, and then it was time for the character's skin and hair. I would actually start working on Yor's rendering before I did Loid's actually. That one took me a bit, but I added her lighting, atmospheric light, and shadows to her. I had to adjust the colors on her too so she would blend in with the background better. I also added some blood splatters because I wanted to give her the appearance that she already killed someone before she ran into Loid. And next it was time to render Loid out. He took a lot less time because of the rendering process from Yor, but I did the same thing that I did with Yor, adjusted him a bit so he blended in with her, added some blood splatters to him, and added a little cut to his cheek. And now it was time to add a gradient map to the drawing, so I did a red and gold gradient. To finish the drawing up, I made some adjustments, added some particle effects and some hair wisp, and comparing this drawing to some of my drawings earlier this year, I could tell I have had some extreme growth. This was a fun concept to do, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing this come to life. If you got this far, boop the like button and subscribe. This helps the algorithm push my content out onto YouTube. I also like to share comments from my last few videos, including my Draw With Me series and my LGBT plus design video. If you didn't get to see the one from last month, you can look in my description or click the card on the top right corner. Now, onto the comments. From Zapelli, I love the bi and lesbian designs. I love to see any of this year's designs as stickers, to be honest. Well, you are in luck. I made both pre-orders for prints and stickers here, and you can go to my shop today and order them in advance. If you want me to read out your comment on this video too. Since it's September, many of you are dealing with schools going back into session. Whether it is you or a family member, I decided that I wanted to talk about going back to school as an adult student. Adult students are non-traditional students that are in college, university, or another form of upper education. They are normally above the age of 25. Now, I was an adult student when I was going to University of Pittsburgh. I graduated with my first degree in marketing in 2013, but I decided to go back to get another bachelor's degree in 2017 while I was 27. I completed my second degree early in only a year and a half with a 3.8 GPA, so I do have some tips and tricks in order to be successful. My first advice is to plan ahead though. This will help you both with finances and your time at school. I had a loose plan of what classes I would like to take throughout my time at Pitt, and I stuck with it. I took 15 credit hours per semester, and I didn't decide to overload myself. I figured I could focus better on 4 to 5 classes than to add a 6th or 7th one. I made sure that every class I took applied to my degree, and I wasn't distracted by any other courses or majors. I was there for my art history program, and that is why I went to Pitt to begin with. Pitt is one of the top schools for art history and museum science in the country for a public university, so I decided to take advantage of this as much as possible. Even when I did work 30 to 40 hours a week, I always stayed on a consistent schedule. That is my second piece of advice: keep a daily and weekly schedule. It is crucial to plan out days and times you have off. Sometimes having a block schedule may work better than a checklist for this task. If you can visualize your time, you can utilize it better until you can deal with just a checklist. It keeps you on task and gives you time to rest and relax as well. Also, it makes you not overstudy or procrastinate on big projects. So my tip number 3 is when you are studying to rewrite your notes. Sometimes technology is a great thing when it comes to making yourself productive and saving on time, but actually writing notes down, creating note cards, or taking an active approach to studying, like writing notes while reading, helps greatly. You're absorbing more information if you do more with your notes instead of just looking at them over on occasion. There are studies that show if you apply more of your 5 senses to studying or a project, that you will retain the information quicker and easier. Making handmade note cards for terms, dates, and other objects while I was studying in the class was extremely helpful to me. I just took half a note card, punched a hole, used a book ring to make them. Sometimes I would print the paintings, sculptures, or buildings and glue them to the card so I know which object was what. It was a great guide when it came for testing time, and all I had to do was flip through it a few times before to test in order to study. It also relieved me of cramming for exams since I prep this way. This is my tip number 4, don't cram. Always get a good night's rest before any exam or presentation. Your body will thank you for it in the long run. When it came to my papers, I always wrote them a few days before the due date and reviewed them the day after. Not only did this help with not cramming, but also I came up with better papers since I could add ideas and check for any errors in the days to come. I hope you enjoyed some of these tips. If you want more, please let me know so I can make a follow-up video on this subject. Anyways, it is time to show you the final image. hope you folks enjoyed watching this. Please like and subscribe for more videos coming soon. All of my socials are located in my description if you want to see more art or hear more stories, and bye for now!